Hello friends, Marcelo here again, and here we are again for another lesson. And in today's lesson, we'll be talking about a very interesting subject of WordPress, a very interesting concept called widget areas, or sometimes called sidebars. For now, we have a very good result in our front end. So we have all the styles applied, we have also all the effects, but it's not only that. Suppose that your client wants you to, for example, find a solution for him or her to update this area here and add one more line here. Or for example, suppose that they want to add another field or remove one of the fields of this contact form. Up to now, your best answer will be, well, my friend, you have to open the HTML file and then you need to update line X or Y. And your client will look at you and say, I don't know how to do that. And what will be your answer? That's why WordPress offers you this kind of visual tool that is called widget areas. You can leverage them and create areas in your theme that are highly dynamic and that can be easily updated. And those are called widget areas, or sometimes also sidebars. The more sidebars you have in your theme, the better, because we will turn this difficulty of your client to deal with HTML code or PHP or something like that into something more easy, that is using a tool in the admin, in the dashboard of WordPress itself. But the first thing we have to answer is what are widget areas or sidebars? So I have this theme here. It's called Blogist. It's not mine, of course, but it offers some widget areas that we can use to explain what they are. So if we scroll down this page, you'll see there's this area here with popular posts, and then with newsletter and a follow me section and an ad section. And just below we have also this footer with this about me, popular posts again, and the newsletter again. These are all widget areas or sidebars, and don't let the name fool you, because sidebars, they will not be restricted to the side of your site, okay? They can be placed anywhere you want. For example, the author of this theme here, he wanted to place these widget areas with 3 widgets at the side footer. Each of the pieces of these widget areas, for example, this one here, and this one here, are called widgets. So let's imagine these widget areas or this sidebar as a big box in which we will place some elements, some pieces of code or some pieces of HTML or some pieces of visual elements or a piece of a plugin, etc. What more, if you go ahead and inspect these elements here, you will see that each of them is inside an HTML element. So for example, we have here some sections, and within those sections, we have another div, and then another div, and then inside it, we have an H3 element. And if we do the same for this next section here, you have the same elements inside it. So these widget areas, they share the same elements and the same structure. And we'll do the same for our theme. We'll be registering 4 widget areas for our theme. So for example, we'll be adding one for this first section here, this banner, and then for this other section here with the description about the theme author or the owner of the theme. We have also this section, hire me, and then one widget area for us to place this contact form, all right? And then later you can leverage them and you can add any widget you want. So let's start. Let's go to our code and then use this functions.php to add another action. So let's call add action. And this time this action needs to be fired in a hook called widgets init. It's the place in the code that it's suitable for us to call and fire functions that register widget areas. You have to always use this hook here. And the name of our function will be in this situation, minifolio sidebars. So we are doing the opposite here because in the previous lessons, we first created the function and then we used add action to fire the function to this action hook. We're doing the opposite now. We're first adding the action, and then now we'll be creating the function. It's the same, okay? The order here doesn't matter. So let's add function below. And we'll be using a function called register sidebar. Let's end it with a comma, and it accepts an array. It's an optional array with some arguments. If we use IntelliFans to help us here, you see that this is an optional array, and inside it you have some arguments such as, for example, the name, in which we will be naming your widget area, an ID, which is a unique identifier for these widget areas within the system. We also have description and a bunch of other arguments you can use. You can also, if you want, place the mouse over this function here and use Control or Command in your keyboard, and then click here, and you go directly to the function and you see more details about it. If you cannot see it or if you cannot use it, I will leave the link for the documentation in the extra material of this lesson, okay? Let's go back to our function, and we'll be passing some of the arguments here. The first one will be name. Let's name this area here banner, and then ID. The ID, it will be also banner, and then description. If we save this and go to the admin and just reload this, you see now that under appearance we have widgets, and if we click here, you see the widgets admin area with this first widget we have created. If we click here, you see also the description of this widget. Let's go ahead because we have more arguments to add to pass to this function, right? We can also use two more arguments called before widget and after widget. To explain them, I will have to go back to that theme, to that bloggist theme. You see that each widget area here is surrounded by some HTML elements. So for example, we have this section here with an ID and a class, and then we have also some divs inside it, this one here and this one here. We can use before widget and after widget to place those elements as wrappers for the widget itself. Let's go to the code again, and I think in the next lesson that will make more sense for you guys. So let's return to our function here, and let's pass now before widget and after widget. To this before widget, we'll be passing a div. So let's open it here with a class of widget wrapper. Let's close it here. And to the after widget, we'll be actually closing this div we have just opened here, right? So let's close it here. And that's it. If you want, you can also go ahead to the documentation and see what more arguments you can pass to this register sidebar function. But for now, it's enough for us. We need to create the rest of the widget areas, so it's very easy. Let's just go ahead and copy this. Don't forget this semicolon at the end, okay? Duplicate it. And then let's just modify this name and this ID. So the next one will be for the About Me section. We can't leave the other arguments the way they are, unless you want, of course, to modify them. We're not doing this. And let's duplicate this once again. And this one will be for the hire me section. And the last one will be for the contact area. So if we save this now and look at the admin once again, now we have the other widget areas, the other boxes here ready for us to place the widgets inside them. That's what we'll be doing in the next lesson. I hope you guys have enjoyed this lesson here. If you have questions, feel free to ask me. I'll do my best to answer them, okay? Thank you very much for watching and see you guys in the next one. Bye!